Hey, what are you scared of? Hey friends, it's Pastor Mike from Fellowship Church. Always enjoy connecting with you midweek. Hope you're having a wonderful week. If you have children of a elementary age, we sure hope you've got them registered for our Vacation Bible School next week. Looking forward to that week. But that question for you again, what are you scared of? So, friends, I know I'm a little bit late with this, but this coming Sunday, the 12th, at Fellowship Church, we are starting our summer series. Hey, Pastor Mike, summer's halfway over with already. I know I'm a little slow here, but we're starting a summer series, and our series will focus on a man named Solomon. Every year in the summer, we take an Old Testament character and study his life and how God was working through him. This year, we're going to spend some time talking about Solomon. Now, when people think of the man named Solomon, if they know that name at all, they usually think, well, isn't he a man who had a lot of wisdom? We're going to talk about that. But one of the books in the Old Testament of the Bible is called Proverbs. A proverb is simply a statement of wisdom, and we usually attribute that book of the Bible to Solomon. Solomon wrote Proverbs, we believe. And one of the Proverbs, Proverbs 9, says, "The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom." And throughout Solomon's writings, you'll see that phrase again and again, the fear of the Lord, the fear of the Lord. Well, that thought was in my mind a bit last week as I was reading some of those Proverbs through, thinking, so is that Solomon's way of saying you should be scared of God? And honestly, I know people, and you probably know people too, who have that understanding of God, that God is someone to be afraid of, to be scared of. God is a holy, all-powerful, everywhere present God. He's watching over us. He disapproves of our life, and therefore we should be scared of him. Well, friends, I think our misunderstanding there is that we don't fully understand the use of the biblical word fear. See, the word fear in the Old Testament, and as you might guess, there's a Hebrew word behind it. Love that part. The word fear in the Old Testament it may mean fear, but it also means reverence or respect or honor, or my favorite word, awe. Now, when you see a cute, cuddly baby or something else that just kind of warms your heart a little bit, you'd say, aw, this is a different kind of awe. When I think of the word awe, I think of standing in the presence of God and being so overwhelmed by his glory and his majesty and his love and all of those characteristics that I just stand kind of speechless, slack-jawed, don't know what to say or do. To me, that's awe. And here's what Solomon was trying to communicate. When you have that kind of an understanding of God, not being scared, but having a sense of respect and reverence, and of course that all fits in with love and everything else, but friends, when you understand God that way, that is the beginning of some wisdom for your life. God doesn't want you to be afraid of him, because here's something that God does want for your life. He would love for you to have an intimate and personal relationship with him. Well, friends, you can't have an intimate relationship with someone if you're also scared of them. Those two emotions don't go well together. So when God says, I desire to have an intimate relationship with you, God says, of course I want you near. Of course I have plans for your life. Of course I want to share my love with you, but don't forget that I'm God. And friends, that's really kind of the basis of the Christian faith. We recognize that our God, who is holy and worthy of reverence and respect and honor and glory and all those things, that God also desires a personal relationship with you. That God loves it when you pray to him. So friends, that's what fear means in the Bible. It means not that we are to be afraid of God, but instead that we are to put God in the right place. Of course, we have this wonderful relationship with God, but the fear of the Lord is that which says, God, I know that you're still God, and I'm not. Friends, that's what God would love to see in you today. I hope that fear of the Lord lives in you, which is exactly where God loves to share his wisdom. Friends, I hope you're having a wonderful week. Know that we love you, care about you, pray for you all the time. Take care. God bless. Bye-bye.